Hey everybody, it is Dan with FFB from the 50, where we tackle every issue from both sides of the field, brought to you by JDP Media. It is a frosty Tuesday afternoon in Northwest Indiana. That means it's time to sit down and start talking about my 5 up and 5 down, as well as my Week 6 recap and looking ahead to Week 7. Now, there is something about having a nice cold day like this, sitting in a warm office, that just makes me want to talk about football. So here we go. All right, this week, starting with our 5 up, I am going to start with Marcus Mariota, who last week against the San Francisco 49ers put up over 28 points. Did not see that coming against that stout defense. So kudos to Marcus Mariota. He has the Atlanta Falcons at 3-3 on the season, tied for first in the NFC South. Did not see that coming, so kudos to Marcus Mariota. All right, stock up number 2, Breece Hall. We had him on this list before, but once again, Breece Hall has definitely taken over the backfield for the New York Jets. This week versus Green Bay, he posted over 20 points and really came up big in the fourth quarter with a long touchdown run. This is Breece Hall's backfield. This is the running back we all drafted early and we're hoping to get. So Breece Hall is number 2. All right, number 3, another rookie running back, Kenneth Walker. This week in his matchup against Arizona, went for 19 points. He had 97 yards rushing with a touchdown. Those are pretty good stats. That backfield is definitely his now that Rashad Penny has been out with injury. So Kenneth Walker, another rookie running back, is my 3rd on stock up. All right, number 4 for stock up is Allen Robinson. The Jekyll and Hyde has continued, but this week he had a pretty good game, seeing 6 targets, which is tied for his most on the season. With those 6 targets, he managed to haul in 5 of those for 63 yards and a touchdown, and the Rams' victory over the Carolina Panthers. So stock up number 4, Allen Robinson. All right, stock up number 5, Jamar Chase. 1 week after being on the stock down, showed up against the New Orleans Saints down in the Superdome. We know he likes to play there. And he was able to get 10 targets, hauled in 7 of those for 132 yards and 2 touchdowns. One of those was a 60-yard catch and run touchdown. So hey, Jamar Chase, it's good to see you. Welcome back. For my bonus stock up, New York fans, congratulations. The Jets are 4-2. And the New York Giants are 5-1. Both teams looking really well. Looks like both teams have a legitimate shot to make the playoffs. I tend to trust the New York Jets a little bit more than the Giants. I feel like Brian Daboll has gotten the Giants playing very well for him. They're playing hard. That team still seems to lack talent to me. The New York Jets could be legitimate. They have a lot of young talent. Those players are starting to believe. They're gaining confidence. Hey, New York fans, you have to be excited. So my bonus stock up for Week 6 is the New York fans. Oh, and let's not forget, Buffalo is in the state of New York as well. All right, looking at stock down, I'm going to start with a 2-for-1 here. So stock down, Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. It seems like time is finally catching up with them. I have not been high on Aaron Rodgers at all this year. I do feel like a lot of the issues will be addressed in the offseason. I'm just not seeing the chemistry with that offense, with those wide receivers. The offensive line has not looked good. Tom Brady, same. He's dealing with offensive line issues. I know there's been a lot of inconsistency with his wide receiver group as well. So when you look at both of these quarterbacks, these are 2 veterans that we would hope would elevate younger wide receiving groups, like in Aaron Rodgers' case. But Tom Brady has a veteran group. They just haven't been all on the field at the same time. So stock down for Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. Stock down number 3, Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle dropped a critical pass in the Week 6 game. He also fumbled the ball late in the game. So Jalen Waddle, stock down for you. Stock down number 4, Jonathan Taylor. Deion Jackson came in and played really well for the Indianapolis Colts in their victory over Jacksonville, showing that he is more than capable of backing up Jonathan Taylor. It'll be interesting to see if this ends up cutting into some of Jonathan Taylor's workload as the season progresses. Number 5, Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson was held under 30 total yards this week against the Atlanta Falcons in what should have been a decent matchup. Not to mention the fact that he fumbled the ball. So Jeff Wilson First clunker that he's had this year, but his owners needed him this week, especially with bye weeks, and he just did not show up. So stock down number 5, Jeff Wilson. And the bonus stock down for week 6, Lamar Jackson, specifically in the fourth quarter. 2 very costly turnovers late in the game that basically sealed the victory or gave the victory over to the New York Giants. So Lamar Jackson, stock down. Looking at some of the news and notes coming out of the league, Josh Gordon was cut by the Tennessee Titans. He did appear in 2 games but did not record any stats. Robbie Anderson was kicked off the sideline for the Carolina Panthers and then on Monday was traded away to the Arizona Cardinals. There's been some rumors swirling between the Rams and the Panthers regarding Cam Akers possibly going to the Panthers and Christian McCaffrey going to the Rams. There's been a lot of trade winds circling around the Panthers and what they might do as far as a fire sale goes. Watch that very carefully. I did go ahead and put in a waiver claim on Deontay Foreman. He'll end up being a bench stash for me, but if Christian McCaffrey ends up getting traded, I'm not sure that I still trust Cam Akers yet. All right, looking at some Week 6 injuries. Looks like Hollywood Brown may be out for the remainder of the season with a foot injury. That is yet to be determined as of this recording. That's probably why they went out and traded for Robbie Anderson. J.K. Dobbins ended up leaving the matchup this week against the New York Giants for the Baltimore Ravens. Unfortunately for him, it looks like it could be another knee injury. Not sure if it's an aggravation or if it's something else. Kenyon Drake came in and played really, really well in his absence, rushing for over 100 yards and a touchdown. Might not be a bad idea to go out and put a claim in on Kenyon Drake. Kenny Pickett went down with a concussion and was not able to return. Mitchell Trubisky came back in and actually steered the Pittsburgh Steelers to the victory over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Randall Cobb suffered an ankle injury. Not sure yet what the severity is. More reports will be coming out. Lane Johnson, the left tackle for the Philadelphia Eagles, went out of the game with a concussion. That's something to actually monitor carefully. The offensive line did not look as good without their anchor out there. So pay attention to the Lane Johnson injury if you have any Philadelphia Eagles. The bye week this week probably could not be coming at a better time for them. Kendrick Bourne had to leave the game for the New England Patriots. So we'll see what goes on there. They have a very diversified wide receiver group. Tyquan Thornton might be a good pickup to have there. He ended up producing over 20 points this week. And it looks like Carson Wentz is going to be out 4 to 6 weeks in what should come as an upgrade to all the pass catchers for the Washington Commanders. Just like I said with the Baker Mayfield injury, I'm not sure moving to a backup is going to be a necessary downgrade. All right, folks, talking about these injuries, I've got to give a shout out to Fantasy Doctors on YouTube. If you are not subscribed to that channel and watching Dr. Jesse Morse, please go out and do so. Fantastic content, keeping you up to date with all the injuries going on around the league. All right, for bye weeks this week, we have Philadelphia, Minnesota, the Rams, and Buffalo. So as you can imagine, a lot of very good fantasy players are out this week due to byes. Be working those waiver wires as much as you can in free agency in order to fill in those gaps. All right? Hey, that's all I got for you this week. Until next time, we'll see you.